In order to win in the crypto markets, you need to have a solid trading strategy that has proven results. In this video today, I'm going to show you that exact strategy. What if you could consistently spot the best trading setups? What would that be worth to you? The strategy is so simple that even a caveman could trade it. You could implement it today. So make sure you pay close attention and focus completely in this training video. Before we go any further, make sure to stay till the end of the video. I'm going to be breaking down 2 trades that were given in our Discord group. Guys, we do live trading every single day. We have live training 4 times a week. We help you become profitable traders. So I'm going to break down 2 trades that were given in the group. Both these trades were super successful trades. We've got the TrendX scanner system here, which helps you find the highest probability trades every day, every week, every month. We got crazy results, guys, crazy results. I 100% guarantee you will never trade the same way again after you learn this strategy. Imagine having X-ray goggles. When you look at the charts, it all starts with understanding what is the bias of the market, what is the direction of the market. Once you can confidently identify your trend bias, this is going to radically improve your trading. We have a price action indicator tool known as TrendX, which helps you do this. As you can see over here, we've got this pivot grid line over here, which is these yellow lines, and you can see it is super tight and narrow, which means that this token is going into a trending phase. If price is above this narrow pivot, it means we're only looking for long entries. We use these pivots to understand the bias of the market quickly and easily. Pivot lines play a pivotal role in being able to understand these key locations where price is going to make big movements off of. You can see every time it gets onto the grid, we get this explosive move. Every time it gets on the grid, we get this explosive move. On the grid, explosive move. So these are very high level key zones to pay attention to. These secret pivot lines give you so much data that you want to know about the market. They let you know if a token is going to be ranging or trending, and they let you know whether the token is in a bullish or bearish environment. This is the most important data that you could ever use to make good trading decisions. These pivots give you a deeper insight into the conditions of the market. But the most important thing you want to look for is the sweet spot pivot. And these are these super narrow pivots. And this is where we use the scanner X, which is only available at Easy Algo. Guys, this scanner will scan the whole market and it will find for you all the tokens that have these narrow pivots. You can see on the list here, these are the few. If it's green, it means it's above the pivot. If it's red, it means it's below the pivot. But these are the super narrow ones that were presented. You can see price gets on, it explodes off. All of these have already made big movements already, guys. Look, it exploded, hit profit targets, RDNT. Look, hits the grid and just explodes off of that grid. The 2 of the trade breakdowns I'm going to show you are RDNT and GME. So make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Once you've found the token with these narrow pivots, you are ready to look for a trade. How do we use these pivots? So what you want to do is when price is above the pivot, we know we're looking for long entries and we know that the likelihood of this explosive move is coming. So what we want to do is we want to wait for these highs to be broken. When these highs gets broken, that is where we look for our sweet spot entry. But I'm going to show you the full breakdown at the end of this video, so make sure you keep watching. All you need for the strategy is 2 time frames, higher time frame, which is the 1 hour for our bias, and a lower time frame, which is a 5-minute or 15-minute for our entries. And this is the basic situation of how it works. So we've got the 1 hour for our bias, we've got the 5-minute for our entry over here. We're using the weekly pivot, which gives you 1 week's worth of data. And then we're using our daily pivot, which gives you 1 day worth of data for our entries. So the weekly pivot we use for our bias. If price is above the weekly pivot, we're looking for longs. If it's super narrow, we're confident that it's going to make a big move. Since price is above the weekly pivot, we go into the lower time frame and we're looking for entries at our entry locations. One of the entry locations is when price is on the pivot, get this explosion. On the pivot, this explosion. So you can see, guys, how simple and effective this strategy is. So the higher time frame sweet spot, we're looking to enter when price is close to these pivots, where price settles just above or below the pivot. This will help you determine your one-sided bias and understand what direction price is going to be moving in. Price is above the pivot, as in this example over here, we're only looking for long entries. And then for our lower time frame sweet spot entries, These are the three locations we're going to look for an entry, either at the top or the bottom of the range, on top or below the actual pivot, or when price breaks a support or resistance zones. And then we're going to use candle confirmations to confirm our entries at these locations. These are precise locations I was talking about. Price gets to the bottom of the range over here, and this becomes a long entry, or when price is on top of the pivot grid for our long entry, or when price breaks this previous day high and resistance 1, these two blue lines, that becomes our entry over here. So these are the only three entry locations we will ever use in this strategy. And then of course, for our entry triggers, we look for candlestick confirmations. The candles we're going to be looking out for are either morning star or evening star candles, which are these little doji candles showing you that this is a bullish reversal, and the evening star is showing you a bearish reversal. Or we're looking for a hammer candle, which is a bullish reversal, or an inverted hammer, which is a bearish reversal. And lastly, we're also looking for bullish engulfing candles, where we get this bullish candle, which is much bigger than the candle before it. This is a bullish engulfing because it engulfs the candle before it. Or we get this bearish engulfing, where we get this bearish candle that kind of engulfs the bullish candle before it. So these are candlestick confirmations we look for in those precise entry zones that I was just mentioning to you a moment ago. Enough of me talking about it. Let me take you onto the charts and show you exactly how this strategy works. I'm going to break down two trades that were given in our live trading in the group. We have live trading every single day where we run through tokens and we help you understand the system and the indicator and help you find the best trades to trade. These two trades did a 40%, which is a massive win rate. So let me take you to the charts and show you exactly how we did it. All right, so the first trade breakdown is RDNT. I'm going to show you exactly how we were able to win in this trade. So you can see, guys, first of all, we got our narrow pivot line over here. Can you see how super narrow it is? Now, we were able to use the scanner X to scan the markets and bring to our attention all the narrow pivot grids. This was one of them. So this let us know this was a high probability that this was going to be a winning trade. And then in simple terms, if price is above the pivot grid, as it is above here, we're only looking for long entries, because it's showing us that the bulls are in control. So we have two of our criteria already sorted. We know that there's a high likelihood this token is going to be trending, and we know it is a bullish token. So then the best places we're going to look for an entry are at these flip zones. If you look very carefully, you can see we've got a resistance over here, we've got a resistance over here, and then it becomes a support and another support. So we use these zones as our perfect confirmations of when reversals are going to happen. You can see over here, we also get a little doji candle, which is a morning star candle, which is the candle confirmation I was showing you about earlier. We can also use trend lines. You can see we get a trend line break, which confirms that this is the best place to enter. This was exactly the entry level that was given inside the group. So make sure to come try out our live trading. And this token just exploded 22%, guys. That is a massive win rate. Our indicator shows you everything you need to see, guys. You can see we've got the pivots, which are telling you what is going on in the market. Then we've got these lines, which are take profit 1 lines, take profit 2, and all the way over here, we have take profit 3 lines. So it's showing you exactly where to enter, where to take profit, where to set stop losses. In this scenario, because this was the flip level over here, this is exactly how we would have entered this trade. Stop loss would have been underneath the pivot. First target would have been this first blue line. This is take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. So our system shows you exactly what the conditions of the market are, what are the best tokens to trade, where to enter, where to exit, and where to set your stop loss. Basically gives you everything you need. Here is the second trade setup that was given in our live trading in the group. And you can see it's GME USDT. What we did is, you can see, first of all, guys, the super narrow pivot. So we know the likelihood of this token making a big move is extremely high. And you can see over here, we get this big move where price bursts and breaks above the pivot. So now we're just waiting for a retracement back. The highest likelihood of retracement is going to happen at these flip zones. So you can see this is a flip zone because this was resistance, and then it became support, support, and then support. So we look for zones, areas where price continually likes to touch, and this becomes the highest likelihood of price finding support on this level. You can also see, look at the candles. We've got Morningstar candle over here confirmation, which is letting us know this would have been the best place to enter this trade. Stop loss would have been underneath the narrow pivot grid. Take profit 1 would have been the first take profit level, this blue line. Second take profit was the gray, and third was the second gray. But price did not get that high. If you understood candle confirmations, you would have noticed this. Can you see? We've got a reverse inverted hammer candle over here, which is showing us that price is going to reverse. This could be a signal to get out of this trade. This was a fantastic trade, guys. Price went up 23%, massive. And it came all the way down. And look here, guys, price came down into the pivot again. Look at that. And it presented to us a hammer candle, which is a reversal candle. This could have been your next entry. We did not take this one. We'll give this in the group, but if you were paying attention and knew our strategy, this is where you would enter again. And then price went all the way up to take profit 11%. Guys, can you see how simple this strategy is, honestly? But don't take my word for it, guys. Click down below, do our 3-day free trial. For 3 days for free, you can test out absolutely everything, the scanner. You can do our live trading in the mornings, test out the software, test out the strategy, and you can see for yourself how this indicator will give you a massive edge in your trading.